I've said that we have a heaven here, but it's a heaven for products. Because every year the products get better and better and better and better. If you were a product, you would think life was beautiful. But it's getting worse and worse and worse for people. And it needs to start getting better for people. I was reading an undergraduate thesis about my work, and she said that I had progressed from talking about saving the world in the Ishmael to saving people, saving the takers in Beyond Civilization, the last of these 4 books. Why? Because if we don't save the people, we're going to lose the earth. We need to find a better way for people to live. There are things they lack that they must have. And the tribal life is not about hunting and gathering. The tribe is a social organization, pure and simple. It's a group of people working together to make a living, period. No more than that. I'll read a couple of passages from a book that was part of a book that I wrote in about 1983, from which now the Tales of Adam will be extracted and published. They'll be published in April. And what I'm going to read is the opening and the ending. When the gods set out to make the universe, they said to themselves, "Let us make of it a manifestation of our unending abundance, and a sign to be read by those who shall have eyes to read. Let us lavish care without stint on everything, no less upon the most fragile blade of grass than upon the mightiest of stars, no less upon the gnat that sings for an hour than upon the mountains that stand for a millennium, no less upon a flake of mica than upon a river of gold. Let us make no 2 leaves the same from one branch to the next, no 2 branches the same from one tree to the next, no 2 trees the same from one land to the next, no 2 lands the same from one world to the next. In this way, the law of life will be plain to all who shall have eyes to read. The rabbit that creeps out to feed, the fox that lies in wait, the eagle that circles above, and the man who bends his bow to the sky." And this was how it was done from first to last. No 2 things alike in all the mighty universe. No single thing made with less care than any other thing throughout generations of species more numerous than the stars. And those who had eyes to see read the sign and followed the law of life. This is the end. Adam is addressing his son Abel, probably on his deathbed. At last Adam said, "You're beginning to know the law of life. I too am beginning to know the law of life. If you ask me on my last day, as I close my eyes for the last time, whether I know the law of life, I'll tell you I'm beginning to know it. If any man tells you he knows the whole of the law of life, or that he can encompass it in words, that man is a fool or a liar, because the law of life is written in the universe, and no man can know the whole of it. If ever you're in doubt about the law, consult the caterpillar, or the gull, or the jackal. No man will ever know it better or follow it more steadfastly than they." Then, in concluding, Adam said, "Wisdom is the gift I give to you, nothing else. This is my legacy to you, the legacy I received from my father and he received from his father. It is the legacy of generations from one to the next for all time. Your tools will grow blunt, your spears will shatter, your tents will crumble, your twine will fray, but this knowledge I've given you will not wear out. In 1,000 generations, it will still be as strong as it was 1,000 generations ago."